The last two topics I would like to talk to you about is getting out of the operator seat in your business. In EO, you've probably heard a lot about this, from EOS traction, scaling up, or others. But if you haven't, it's a concept addressed most in depth by Michael Gerber in the E-Myth Revisited. An operator in a business is involved in the day-to-day operations or management of the company. A business owner, on the other hand, does not have any personal day-to-day responsibilities in a business and is responsible only for high-level management and strategy. In the business brokerage world, we refer to these businesses where the owner is no longer an operator as an absentee owner business. This designation allows us to charge 0.5 to 2 times more on the multiple of earnings rather than an owner-operator business. It also increases the likelihood that the business will sell. Let's talk about why this is important. 80% of business buyers are coming from the corporate world where I mentioned, where they specialize in one functional area that they feel comfortable in, typically sales or management. Finding someone that can serve in multiple seats like you is like finding a needle in a haystack. One of the ways to increase the value of your business is to create competition amongst buyers. If we're searching for someone that can occupy the management, sales, and production seats in your business, we only may find one person. And then we're dependent on convincing that one person to buy your business. If we're able to get you out of one of those seats, say you only sit in management and sales now we have 10 possible buyers. There is not serious competition for the deal, but at least desire. But if we're able to minimize your role and have you sit only in the management of the business, now there are 100 buyers for your business and fierce competition, increasing not only the likelihood that it will be sold, but also increasing the amount it sells for. So how do we make this happen? The first step is to identify what Jim Collins calls seats on the bus. How many roles are needed in your company to operate? Many of our companies have similar roles: sales, marketing, HR, production, and accounting. Then identify who is responsible for those roles. When you figure out the second step, many owners find themselves in 2, 3, or more of those seats. But the more seats an owner occupies, the harder it is to sell a business. We worked with a client in the medical device world that came to us wanting to prepare for sale in order to sell to their employees. We took them through our Prep to Sell program and did many of the same things we've spoken about throughout this course. However, the most challenging aspect was that the owners, a husband and wife team, were highly involved in the day-to-day operations. We worked to show them a path of the seats they needed to get out of and formulated a strategy to make that happen. Over the course of 18 months, they trained their sales team to take over the husband's responsibilities in sales with no additional hires. And they hired a new full-time employee to help with marketing and administration to relieve some of the wife's duties. With the preparation they had done and the growth of the business, they were able to increase their valuation 83% during that time to $1.4 million and put an additional $650,000 in their pockets, just from doing a little preparation work. So the first step in this process is to honestly depict the organizational chart in your company. What are the necessary roles that have to happen in your business, and who is ultimately responsible? Hint, there is only one decision maker. Complete the chart in your worksheet packet. When you're doing this exercise, think to yourself, if I sold my business today, would this role continue to work 100% without me? If not, you are probably still sitting in that seat. Once you have that completed, join me for part 2 of this session, where we will design that increase in valuation and get you to that owner absentee role.